This lesson will be about probably the very first thing you'll do when you pick up your guitar, and that is tune. There are multiple methods, multiple ways to tune a guitar. Some are better than others. In my personal opinion, there is only one really great way to tune a guitar. So first would be, of course, you have to be able to match pitches. You could do it from another instrument, like another guitar or just a piano. And the problem with that is, as you will develop this skill, by the way, you'll have to learn how to match pitches. Personally, I think if you can match pitches with your voice, you're well on your way to being able to do it with an instrument. So there's that skill of being able to hear a frequency and match it. So that's the first thing. A good way to work on that is to get yourself a tuner, whether you have it on your phone. There are numerous phone apps for this, but it will give you a gauge, like a needle that shows you if you're sharp or flat, or it may light up green if you're on the pitch. And so you could take your guitar, for instance, and just play any string. Probably more, you'd be better off to play the strings, maybe the inside 4 or the inside 3 strings, because they're more within the voice range, I think, an easier voice range to get. And just play a note and sing it back. Ta. Okay, when you can do that, you're well on your way. And then, well, with the tuner, you can actually see if you're sharp or flat, or it will even tell you the pitch, the letter name. So you can use your voice to maneuver that pitch back and forth until you've matched it. That you can see visually that you have matched that pitch, and then try several others. Make sure you're not just, it wasn't just luck that you got that one. So that's one way to develop that. It's a very good way. It's a very quick way. And it takes a lot of the mystery out of it. A lot of us who are older, such as myself, back in the day, we just picked up the skill. It just happened. It was like learning how to hear chord changes that are coming in tunes. You never actually worked at it. You just kept at it until all of a sudden one day you could do it. Almost like walking, you just keep it walking. You just keep at it as a child until one day you just walk. Nobody really knows why or how you did it, but your mind just worked it out. So this will help you. Okay, the next method is, of course, matching guitar to guitar. Somebody plays a pitch and you tune your string to it. That also works quite well, of course. Depending on your ability to match the pitch. A lot of players, believe me, will only get so close. They'll just get within, they won't really be in tune. It's a critical skill to really develop the accuracy to really tune really well. So in that regard, I say take no prisoners. You're either in tune or you're not. You'll never ever be perfectly in tune, or you might luck out. But I think the human mind and the ear are probably only accurate to a very small degree. So perfection, probably never going to happen. Might happen by accident. But I'm just saying, don't use that phrase, well, that's close enough for jazz. Well, you know what? It's not. It's going to sound bad. So make sure you really learn how to tune really well. So really work at matching those pitches. Now the next method is also the same idea. You can tune your 6th string to a tuner or some type of device, or you can assume at times when it's not critical that you play with other players that your 6th string is probably, most likely, almost in tune to the right E. Because it's a larger string, so it's denser, it's less prone to go out of tune, such as like the 3rd string really goes out of tune very easily. So You assume that that one is in tune. So what you'll do is go to the 6th string, play it open, go to the 5th fret, which is an A, and your 5th string open is A, and you match those two. Alright, so now you've tuned your 5th string A, and we're going to dispense with the letter names of these strings. We're just going to use the number names. Then you go to you'll do the same exact thing on the 5th string. You go to the 5th string, 5th fret, play that, play 4th string open, there you go. Then you'll do the exact same thing, tuning the 3rd string by going to the 4th string, 5th fret, and play those two. Now, this is where the guitar gets different. Just about the time that you think you've got the guitar worked out in terms of these position things, you come to the tuning the 2nd string, or you come to the 2nd string, and you have to go back 1 fret on the 3rd string to the 4th fret and to match with 2nd string open. And then when you're tuning the 1st string, you go back to the 2nd string, 5th fret, and match that pitch. So it's 6, I'm going to give you the string number and the fret number. 6, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 2, 5. And then when you get the whole thing done, just match the 2 outside strings by playing them both open. 6th string open and 1st string open. And those 2 strings should be 2 octaves apart. They're both E's. So that's one way to do it. Now, a lot of players will play just a big E chord, and it's a good test. But the problem is you have a 3rd built into that chord, and 3rds are generally heard different by people. So, although it works okay, I have a better method for that too, which we will get to. There's another method that we'll talk about right now, really quickly, and it is this thing you'll see players do. They'll play a harmonic. A harmonic is where you just put your finger lightly over the 12th fret, and you get these bell-like tones. And you don't press down. You just barely touch the string. And the one that's easy is right here at the 12th fret. But you can also do 7, and you can do 5, and there's multiple other ones. It takes a really good guitar to get those out. So what you'll see a lot of players do is they'll come down here and they'll go harmonic. These are all harmonics. 6, 5, 4, or a 6, 5. That's string 6, fret 5 harmonic, and string 5, fret 7. So they match. They kind of match. They match really well, as a matter of fact. And also, once again, because these strings, 6 and 5, 5 and 4, and 4 and 3, are all the same distance apart in terms of the interval, you can do the same thing. 5 to 4, 4 to 3. Problem is, when you get 3 to 2, well, once again, that 2nd string is different. So you get this. So, and you'll hear players do that. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Well, that's off, but it's off the right amount, and then you can come to 2 and 1 and they match. The real problem with that is the harmonics at the 7th fret are not actually in tune. Okay, they're just not. Mathematically, they don't really work. So, although you'll see it done a lot, in my personal opinion, which I have also done myself, is that it's just kind of a way to show off because younger or newer players don't know anything about that. And they're like, oh, what is that? What did you do? Well, that's how I tune. And then you play an E chord, and then you think you're in tune, and you're probably in tune, not too badly. So back to what I was talking about. The single best way, I think, to tune a guitar is like this. So you get yourself a tuning fork tuned to A440, which is the standard, and the first thing you do is you tune that fifth string, which I don't have a tuning fork handy, but there you go. I've done it. You can play the harmonic at, I think at 12. No, it's actually at 5. And that's the same pitch as that tuning fork. Okay? And then you go backwards from there. You do the old-fashioned method. You're actually tuning. You're using the first tuning method that we talked about. No, the second one I think was that you're going to go to 6th string 5th fret and play that A, but you're really listing backwards. You're going to play 5th string open, which you've just tuned, and then tune the 6th string to that. So in this method, you're going to tune all the strings to the 5th string. So instead of doing this relative tuning method where you've moved across the fingerboard, and honestly, as you move across, if you're off just a little bit, the next string's off a little bit more, the next string's off a little bit more. By the time you get done, you're not really in tune at all. You've got to go back and make all kinds of corrections. So this is tuning the 6th string to the 5th, 5th string open, and here's our other tuning method. And now you're going to tune the 4th string to the 5th. So you go to the 5th string, 12th fret, harmonic, and then play the note on the 4th string, the A on the 4th string, which is on the 7th fret. And they will be the same pitch. We're not doing a harmonic here. We're doing actually a played note. So we got that. Then we go back to the 5th string again, 12th fret harmonic, to 3rd string, 2nd fret. You hear that? That's a little bit out of tune. 3rd strings are really prone to, well, guitars in general, because it's a combination of the string and the wood in the guitar. They're very prone to go out of tune when the temperature changes, and that's what that was. So once again, 5th string, 12th fret harmonic, 3rd string, 2nd fret, still out just a tad. There we go. One thing about this to remember is that when you turn these tuners downward, when you're tuning down, you get to the pitch, but you actually need to take that tuner and turn it back up just ever so slightly to take the slack out of the gears. That really helps. So there we go. We got the 3rd. Now we're going to do the 2nd string. So we go to the 5th string again. Now 5th fret harmonic because it's going to be higher. And we go to 2nd string, 10th fret. And those pitches should match, and that's a little bit out. So I turn down. Whoops. Pretty close. Just right there. Whoops, wrong string. And then, when you have that, you go back to 5th string, 5th fret harmonic, and straight across, 1st string, 5th string, 1st string, 5th fret, and there's your other E. It's out, hear it? actually hear me maybe bending the string up just a little bit to test what I think. I know it's flat because I have to push the string up a little bit. There we go. Now, once you get to this point, you are going to play a chord, okay? And this chord is, you know, a chord as defined in music theory is 3 or more notes sounded together. Two notes together is an interval. 3 or more is a chord. So it doesn't matter if it fits into anything. I mean, you could take any 4 notes you want. You know, just throw your fingers on the fingerboard and play some weird thing, and it may sound terrible. You know, I guarantee you, it's probably, you could analyze it, come up with something, but it's a chord. It doesn't have to be one that you know. It's just 3 or more notes that sound together. So anyway, this chord, you're going to put your first finger across the 4th string and the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. And you are going to put your 4th finger across the 2nd string and 1st string on the 5th fret. You're going to have E's and A's. So I've got 6th string E, 4th string E, and 2nd string E. No doubt about that one. And then you have all A's on every other string. So the 5th string open is A, the 3rd string open is A, and the 1st string open is A. Sorry, the 5th string open is A, the 3rd string 2nd fret is A, and the 1st string 5th fret is A. So this is the chord right here, like that. You got yourself a guitar that's really in tune. So once you have your guitar in tune by this method and you start to play, and you'll notice between maybe each piece or whatever that, you know, it will go out of tune. It's going to be really susceptible to temperature change or whatever. You know, God forbid a heater come on near you. I've got 2 of those in here, and I've got one across the room. And when that thing comes on, this guitar goes out of tune right away. So what that means is, in between your pieces, you can lightly, you know, play this chord, give it a listen. And a lot of times I'll play the 2 outside E's also. So that last method there is what I think honestly is the absolute best way to tune a guitar. I don't care if it's an electric guitar, classical guitar, whatever. It works extraordinarily well. And once again, I encourage you, do not accept anything other than the absolute best tuning you can get, because it will affect your music. And there's just no excuse for that. All right.